What's going on, everybody? This is John Chain Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Bluffton Tech Dynasty here on EA College Football 25. We've made it through an entire season, and yet in this entire season, we have actually not won a single game. So we have a real good shot of being kicked out of the MAC, unless we handle business here today. This Miami Redhawks team has plenty to play for. They're one win away from bowl eligibility, so a win for them today could get them to a bowl game. And this is a solid football team. Miami comes in with a 77 overall, while we're sitting at a 69 ourselves. But we do have some solid players on our side of the ball. Tajay Coles being one of them. He could be an impact player for us here today to maybe, just maybe, avoid relegation, because if we don't win a single game, we will be kicked out of the MAC, and we'll see that happen here in the next episode. So big game for us here today. Let's see if we can pull it out here, especially with this being senior day as well. I know this is the first year of our program, so we don't have a ton of seniors on the team, but let's see if we can go out there and shock the world, and I hope you guys are absolutely excited for it. With that being said, guys, hopefully you've been enjoying this series so far, because it's been fun to bring this content over to a brand new college football video game. And with that being said, if y'all have already hit that like button, hit subscribe as well if you have to be new to the channel. Let's not waste any more time and jump right into this thing. Alright, boys, so let's go ahead and get this regular season finale officially underway as we get to Brett Gabbert right away. Lay the lumber with Chase Freeman. Maybe this could be a positive sign of things to come. 3rd and 7 coming up as Gabbert looks over the middle, but it's going to be caught. Had both linebackers there ready to make a beat on the ball, but Jack Coldiron is somehow still able to hold on to that particular catch. And now we're looking at a 1st and 10. Gabbert looks over the middle and tries to throw over in Xavier Wilson's direction, but is going to knock that away harmlessly to the ground, as Brett Gabbert is trying early on to try to find a rhythm, as they'll go back to him to throw over the right-hand side. This time he will be brought down, looks like by one of the linebackers there. That might have been Nash Birthday making a play on that ball, but instead it's going to be 3rd and 9 as Miami continues to try to move the sticks down the field, and it's going to be caught for a big play. That is Brett Gabbert there, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best quarterbacks in the MAC, and showing that he is worth the hype that he has, living up to that Gabbert last name. As you guys certainly know, Brett Gabbert is the younger brother of Blaine Gabbert, who briefly played in the NFL. 3rd and goal coming up as Miami tries to throw for it, but it's gonna be a fumble recovered by Bluffton Tech. So Miami's first drive, and the first drive of the entire game, leads to absolutely nothing. Able to come out here and get the fumble. That's Nico Solomon that initially jarred the ball loose before one of our defensive linemen, the Hogma, is up front, able to eventually go out and make a play. But one side effect of that, though, is even though we don't allow any points, we are going to have to start very deep in our own territory. So a lot of work to do just to give ourselves a little bit of breathing room. So if we could pick up this 1st down, that would certainly be helpful. As now 3rd and 3 coming up, Armstrong, he's got some time and throws over the middle, finds Demetrius Williamson, and Demetrius Williamson is able to hang on, and that's a 20-yard gain on the play. That's huge, because now we have that breathing room that we are desperately looking for. But let's see if we can build upon this drive, and it would be nice if we can come away with points somehow on this particular drive. As we got a 2nd and 10 coming up, Armstrong in the gun. He's going to hand it off to Will Peoples, who's got some speed on him. And Will Peoples is able to move the sticks forward for a 1st down. As now we're approaching midfield, which is great considering where we were. We start off inside the 10 as we go back to Will Peoples once again. Couldn't get that block held completely. Otherwise, Will People certainly could have been gone like a girl in a country song, but that does lead us to the end of the first quarter, and to be honest, haven't had a chance to hold the ball too terribly much, but when we've had the ball, we've been overall effective. Almost 7 yards of play on that first quarter, so let's see if we can keep it going here as Armstrong will drop back to pass, looks over to right inside, and was looking for his receiver, but Matt Selepak is going to jar that ball loose for an incompletion. So now it's going to be 3rd and 4 coming up as we try to set up the screen. Had Will Peoples open for the first down, but unfortunately didn't have not enough time to get that pass off. So with that being said, we will have to go ahead and punt the ball away. But it was an encouraging drive. It allows us to at least flip the field. So at least Miami this time around does not have a short field to work with. So at least we have that going. But now we need our defense to come through. Hopefully they did enough to keep things rolling. 2nd and 12 coming up as now they're going to run to the right-hand side as that goes for a quick little 5-yard gain. But even with that gain on the play, that does mean that we still have them at a 3rd and long. So I like the spot that we're in. We just got to make sure we get him off the field as Matt Gabbert's going to look to chuck this ball deep downfield. He has an open man, but it's going to be intercepted. Nico Solomon able to make a play. Probably would have been better off if we spun over to the left-hand side because we really could have been cooking there if we did. But hey, we got the turnover again. Brett Gabbert, he's obviously flustered. This is his 2nd turnover of the day. And it's a big reason why we are still definitely in this thing, even though we haven't scored yet. So, 2nd and 13 coming up as Armstrong drops back. He wants to go for a big play downfield. That's caught! 1st down for the Fighting Muskrats. And the Rats are clawing at this Miami defense. Let's see if we can gash them even further. 1st and 10, this time from the 40-yard line. As we'll know, it's going to be an RPO over to the right-hand side. And it's going to be Chase Foreman. And it looks like there might have been a flag on the play as well. It's going to go against the Red Hawks. And because it's a face mask, it will go for an automatic 1st down. So across the 25-yard line now as Bluffton Tech is set to drop back the throw. It's going to find Foreman over little, but might have thrown it just a tad late there, as we could have certainly had a 1st down if we threw that ball a little bit better, but that was not the case though, and so we'll have 3rd and 13 instead, as we'll try to throw over the middle once more, but this time we will make the mistake. We get intercepted, and there's an opportunity for us to come away with points. We can't do it either. And you're seeing why both of us, Miami a little bit better than we are, but we're quickly seeing why both of us are either not going to a bowl game or might not be going to a bowl game, depending on how the results of this game turns out. So, all tied up at 0 apiece here. And now Miami is going to take over yet again. So, 3rd and 3 coming up here for the Red Hawks as we got onto a key 3rd down. Let's see if we can stop the bleeding as they're going to try to run the jet sweep. We force them to turn around, and a gang of Bluffton Tech defenders await as Xavier Wilson was there to get in there first. And that was a beautiful job cutting them off from the outside and making them cut it back inward. So now 2-minute drill coming up for Bluffton Tech, looking to avoid a repeat of mistakes that we saw at our previous drive. So nice start for Armstrong. He's able to get out of bounds and nearly pick up the 1st down as well. Still have all of our timeouts to work with too. And again, don't like what we saw downfield, so we're going to scramble upfield and take the yards that are given to us. And that's what we got to do a better job of, just trying to take what's given to us at any given time, as that's intercepted again. We are actively trying to give this game away to this Miami squad. Now, granted, it seems like Wise did shake himself up a little bit. He might not be doing too terribly well, but that was Silas Walters that made the play. But again, Miami ends up going 3 and out. We will have another stab at this thing. So, for our own sake, we just don't turn the ball over. You literally have one job. Let's see if we can accomplish that one job. 3rd and 10 and long coming up, though, so could be a little bit of a danger zone for us here, as Armstrong will drop back. He's going to scramble, gets away from one defender, and slides down yet again. And because we turned the ball over pretty early on in the last drive, we still have all of our timeouts too. So taking a quick look around the field, going to set up an all-go. Armstrong looks, is going to dump it off to Will Peoples. He's going to pick up a gain of 7 before using one of our timeouts. So 29 seconds left here in the half as we'll go with a play action. Armstrong looking over the middle. That one nearly gets intercepted as well. The pressure was immense, and Jaden Williams almost made us pay for it. But instead, it's going to be 3rd and 3 coming up as Armstrong looking for a big play downfield. Looking to continue to be aggressive. Armstrong looks over to the left-hand side. He's got an open Williamson, who gets himself out of bounds there. Bluffton Tech starting to inch a little bit closer again. But we got to remember to finish, though. Armstrong facing pressure immediately. Gets it out to Chris Gentry, who breaks the tackle. And he's off to the races. Touchdown, Fighting Muskrats. And Bluffton Tech is going to finally take the lead. This has been an ugly game. A game where, until that last play, we saw far more turnovers than points. But sometimes it's better to win ugly than lose pretty. Chris Gentry is going to make sure we get a little closer to preventing that from happening, as we will take a 7-0 lead into the halftime locker room. And while we've both have been down horrendous, we have the lead, and we're 1 half away from our first win in school history. So with that being said, start of the second half begins for us, and what's great about us starting with that touchdown is that we also get the ball to start this second half as well. So you absolutely love to see it. Do have a rare opportunity for us to go ahead and double dip. We'll see if we can do exactly that, as we'll go ahead and drop back the pass. Looks over to the right-hand side, and is going to be caught. Big play downfield, as that looks like it's going to be Jay Balmer, the custom at tight end, making a good play on the ball there. And once again, we're across Miami territory, and that's going to be cemented by this particular run, with Will Peoples nearly picking up the first down. 5 carries for 34 yards for the freshman tailback. He's having a pretty efficient day so far, but most of the work has been done by this passing attack today. Javion Foreman is going to be able to get out of bounds, and a couple of plays later, we'll go back to Will Peoples. He'll nearly pick up the first down again. A gain of 6 on the run. Another efficient run. Hasn't been able to break the big one, but I'll tell you what, it's certainly coming with these types of runs right here. 3rd and 1 coming up, though, as Armstrong is going to look to hand it off. And it looks like Keontae Tyson is going to be able to pick up that first down with relative ease, actually, as now we have a brand new set of downs to work with. And the more important thing is we are bleeding this clock, because we know that Brett Gabbert, he can go off at any moment here. Armstrong looks over the middle, is going to find Deontay Foreman wide but naked open on the slant pattern, and is able to pick up an easy first down. Almost had a touchdown there. He was very close to punching that thing into the end zone, but we will gladly take 1st and goal from the 3-yard line, where it will end up being finished by Keontae Tyson. Touchdown, Bluffton Tech, and the Fighting Muskrats are going to extend their lead. Matter of fact, we have our biggest lead in the entire series so far. Oh my goodness, are we able to be cooking right about now? So 14-0 is now your score, as we're going to be looking to try and get Miami off the field again, as that nearly ends up being intercepted as well. That was Xavier Wilson there on the coverage alongside with Nico Solomon, as now it's going to be a 2nd and 10 with Miami looking to throw again on the halfback screen. Chase Foreman could not bring him down initially, but we do have another couple of defenders that did come in and try to help out a little bit there. So it's going to lead to a 3rd and short, but we will give them the easy first down. That's frustrating. A neutral zone infraction on Kobe Garland gives the Red Hawks an automatic first down as well. So yet here we are with a chance to bring them out off the field, and penalties just killed us there. So a couple of plays later after the penalty, as Brett Gabbert's going to try to run on the read option, but we forced a fumble. Another turnover from the Bluffton Tech defense. And this team is absolutely just playing out of its mind. It's Jerry and Love who's able to fall upon the football, but it was Porter Lindstrid, the true freshman, the former Gore High School product as well, able to find a way to turn the ball over yet again. And we could really run away with this game and run away with it for us, not for another team. We just got to lock in here for the next couple of plays. 1st and 10, Armstrong taking a look at the playbook and making adjustments as necessary. But it looks like we're going to audible. No, it's fumbled. Fumble recovered by Miami. And now it's a foot race, and one that this linebacker is not going to lose very often, as DJ Armstrong is not going to be able to catch up. And that's just bad luck. That is terrible luck for our team, as we do end up having a bad snap. A bad snap is going to put Miami right back into the game. And the surrender Cobra stands out in full force. I certainly couldn't believe it as well. We'll take a quick look and see where things stack in terms of the college football playoff race. Tulane and Texas State from the group of 5 looks like they have a slight chance of making something shake there. But with that being said, though, that's just terrible luck there, man. Like, we got chipped in the worst way. And nothing I can do to control that, frankly. Besides, you know, I guess center's doing a better job snapping the ball, I guess. But, oh well. 2nd and inches coming up. We are at the start of the 4th quarter of action, as this time it looks like some of our home field advantage here at the Tech Center is going to help us out a little bit. That will be a penalty that's going to knock them back a few yards. So instead of breathing down our neck, it's going to be 2nd and 5 instead. But it won't matter, as Miami will pick up the first down through the air. So, a few plays later here, we do get him to a 3rd and 5, as Brett Gabbert's going to drop back. Dude, cover everybody extremely well. This better not. Okay, so big decision here. I imagine they're going to go for it here on 4th down. So, I'm actually going to accept this penalty. So, 3rd and 15, give ourselves a little bit more breathing room. And then if we can get a stop here, which we do, then they'll be forced to punt this ball, or at least they'll think twice about going for it. And that was a great call to go with that decision, as we were able to sack Brett Gabbert. And just like I said, we did make them punt this football away. So now here we are with a chance to possibly put this game on ice once and for all. It's just going to be a matter of, can we finish? 3rd and short coming up. It's going to look to run it with Will Peoples as he goes up the gut. And he will pick up those necessary yards, as Will Peoples will move the sticks. And that means that we just have more of a chance to try to run some of this clock down. But I don't want to commit fully to the run. I want to continue to be aggressive, especially when you got a guy like Javion Foreman open. Javion Foreman able to pick up a few more yards. He's been having a great game today. 5 catches for 74 yards. But what I really want is this 3rd and short. If we can get this 3rd and short, then we could really start Miami using those timeouts. And sure enough, Will Peoples gets into the open field. First down for the Fighting Muskrats. And now Miami has to start using those timeouts. 3rd and short coming up, and I want to run against this box. Trying to run the read option though, but DJ Armstrong simply has nowhere to go. It is going to make it 4th down. Now, this field goal would be 54 yards. This is a little bit out of the range of Ian Wells, and he's not the most accurate kicker either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for it, and if we can get it, we can get it. 4th and 5, and this could decide the game. Trying to run with Keontae Tyson, but he's going to be short of the stick. So that does mean that Miami does have one more chance to possibly send this game into overtime, and that is simply a great start there. And just like that, they're already inside Bluffton Tech territory. Brett Gabbert, one of the best quarterbacks in the MAC, has an opportunity to win his team a chance to go to a bowl game. Well, we are fighting for the opportunity to remain in the MAC for season number 2. So a big drive here for both teams. 2nd and 4 coming up as they go with the, no, it's a fake jet pass. But we get to this quarterback as that is Tajay Coles able to get home. And that clock is still going to be running. Inside 90 seconds left in the game. 3rd and 10. Looking down the left-hand side, and it's going to be caught on the strong flood concept to the left. And Gabbert is able to fit it in there with ease. And so we now stare down another 1st and 10. Following the pretty big gain through the air, Gabbert makes adjustments at the line and goes with a 5-wide set. Oh, we read it. We read it so well with the user. But we are a step slow there. Good thing Porter Winstrud did end up making the tackle anyways. So now, 2nd and 5 coming up. Gabbert dropping back, looks over the middle. And that's going to be caught as well for the 1st down. So Miami putting together a good drive. And they don't have to rush this. A minute left, but they're in the red zone. So they don't need to rush it any longer, and this is going to get them even closer. Another completion for Brett Gabbert that puts the Red Hawks looking in a nice spot, able to get inside the 15-yard line. 2nd down. Gabbert looks over the middle, and that's completed for another 1st down. Porter Winstrud quickly there to make the play, but now we need a goal line stand. 1st and goal. Trying to throw over to the left side. It's intercepted. It's picked off. Bluffton Tech is going to win the football game. There is no flags on the field. And it's over. Or at least it should be over. Oh my goodness. Bluffton Tech has struggled immensely through this season. And through all the trials and tribulations. And frankly, the Heisman difficulty. Jaden Bowie just clinched Bluffton Tech's 1st win in program history. And for the 1st time in this series, your Fighting Muskrats are gonna win 14-7. It was an ugly one, but sometimes it's better to win ugly than lose. Oh my goodness, man. It was so hard. It was so incredibly hard, and I don't know how we pulled it off. We got a fucking win in Heisman, baby. Let's go, man. You absolutely love to see it, as this is what the final stats ended up looking like. Very even game. We really did try our best to blow it here in the 2nd half, but we were able to find a way to, handle ourselves, and for once we actually won the turnover battle, which is a big difference in here as well, even though we didn't necessarily win that time of possession. Now, with that said, listen, it was not a perfect game by any means. DJ Armstrong ends up going 17 for 25, 192 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. This is honestly our most efficient passing day, which goes to suggest that we're actually getting better on Heisman, which is crazy to think about here, man. It also helps that we found a lot of running room with Will Peoples as well. He had a big day today, 15 carries for 89 yards, although it was Keontae Tyson that ended up finding the end zone as well. For the receivers, Javian Foreman had the most yards today with 77 total yards off of 6 catches. But it was Chris Gentry towards the end of the 1st half who was able to find the end zone, and that was able to give us that 7-0 lead that we saw at halftime. But the biggest shout out has to come out from our defense, man. The defense played absolutely lights out. Porter Winstrud, 16 tackles. Nash Burte, 12 tackles in this game. Solomon and Chase Freeman were also able to get 7 tackles as well, and this team was simply flying all over the place. And shoot, we even got pressure on this quarterback today. Tajay Coles had a sack, Nash Burte had a sack, and the same could be said for Nico Solomon and Porter Lindstrom, who have to combine on sacks as well. Plus, Jaden Bowie and Nico Solomon had multiple interceptions in this ball game, and we even had multiple fumbles forced. Alexander Valentine, Nico Solomon, Jarian Love, who were also recovered a fumble too. They did it, man. They found a way to win, and I'm so happy that we found a way to win this game because, oh baby, we were very close to being relegated, and we're able to stay in the MAC for one more year because of this. Now, because of this great victory as well, we did end up leveling up to level 7, so really like to see that. We're going to spend some time here to work on a couple of things. I still want to try to get ourselves better in the trenches, so I am going to get that magnetic personality. So that means we're going to be able to recruit on that offensive line and defensive line extremely effectively. And then what I also want to go ahead and do is I want to start working on some of these other traits. Don't know if I want to touch the wide receivers just quite yet. So I think what I am going to do here is I think I'm going to gravitate. Well, we actually are going to be set for passing and running, like in terms of starters. So maybe we actually do spend a little bit more time more on that most influential, so that we are better with our wide receiver and tight ends. Having effective receivers means that we'll have an actual chance to get some better receivers to complement Chris Gentry in the future. And because of the big victory, we were able to get some people to verbally commit to our school. Slade Jacker from Portage, Michigan, he's a 3-star middle linebacker. He's going to sign with the team, or at least verbally commit to the team. He actually was a gem player, so he actually might be a force. Actually, yeah, he is going to be like a 4-star caliber player, which I am actually extremely ecstatic about. Our championship contender also moves up to a D+, so that's not bad, and also helps that we're going to actually stay in terms of our actual of our range. We're in some battles here with Tremaine Steed, Kai LaCrue, Brendan Tubbs, and then Brandon Leverford as well, which I'm sure we will absolutely carry into the offseason as well. But that is going to bring an end to season number 1, and while it was a tough season for us, listen, we at least finished the season off with a win, which, that being said, couldn't complain about it all, and maybe we can carry some momentum into year number 2, knowing the kind of recruiting class that we do have at our disposal, so we can only go up from here, even though season 1, let's be honest, we were pretty down horrendous. I haven't decided yet at this point of recording whether I'm going to do a traditional video for the off season or I'm going to do a live stream. So regardless of whether I end up doing a regular video or a live stream, I hope you see you guys there for this next installation of the Bluffton Tech Fighting Muskrats Dynasty, regardless of what we decide to do, where next episode we will have the off season for year number 1, and this is also a great opportunity as well during this off-season episode where you can have an opportunity to go ahead and get yourself set up with a custom player from this recruiting class, and that could also include some folks from the transfer portal as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this ugly victory. I'm just happy that we got to win that win column, man. But with that being said, guys, this is John Jake Gaming on the mic signing off. If you enjoyed this video, man, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new to the channel. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you guys are all out there taking it easy. Take care, everybody.